so it's been a little while since you guys have seen my face on this channel. The last video I posted was over 2 months ago, and it wasn't even animal related. It was just me deciding to randomly shave my head. As you can see, in the 2 months since I've been gone, I definitely haven't stopped trying to mess up my own hair by doing it myself. I just try to put my undercut back into it. I know it's not even, I know it doesn't look good, it's fine, let's get that out of the way. But that is not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're here to talk about the one thing in the whole world that can cure my quarantine depression and get me back on YouTube posting a video for you guys. And of course, what I'm talking about is once again an awful hamster cage. So I saw this cage floating around on Twitter, and of course I had to go up and pick it out and waste all of my money, which is a great time for that because, like a lot of you watching probably, I got laid off and I don't have a job. So it was the perfect time for me to run out to PetSmart and pick up their new tiny tail cage, which retails for $130. Yeah, $130 for a hamster cage, if you want to call it that. The best part about going and picking up this cage to show you guys is right now with all the virus stuff going on, PetSmart isn't accepting returns. As you all know, I know all of you don't agree with it, but usually after I do a cage review video, I do return the cage just because I don't want to support the company, and also I don't want to spend all my money on an awful cage. But yeah, I can't return this. I paid $130. So if you're watching this video, please like it, please leave a comment, share it with your friends. Hopefully at least the video gets out there because I am out a lot of money. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today. It is the new extra large dinosaur cage by Tiny Tail. I'm sure I already have comments down below telling me to stop rambling and just to show the cage. For you guys, I say I'm sorry. This is going to be a very rambly video because I do want to show you guys the box, show you what the box says and everything. So there's going to be a lot of talking. If you just want to see the cage, I'm sure you can skip to it. But I just wanted to start off before I show the box. I just want to talk about why companies make cages like this. I know I've mentioned it in videos before, but every time I post a cage video, a lot of comments are just really confused on why companies would even do this. And honestly, let's be realistic, it's about money. From a business decision, this is a great cage. It's $130. It's very cute. If I was a little kid and I went into PetSmart, I would be begging my parents for this cage. So from a business perspective, I can't blame PetSmart. I'm a business person. I have a master's degree in business. Once again, I am currently unemployed, so if you need someone with a master's degree in business, my email is down in my description. Hit me up. But yeah, PetSmart is going to make a lot of money from these cages. Their whole Tiny Tail line, you know, the people at corporate PetSmart know they're not the best cages, but they have reasons to back them up. A lot of the Tiny Tail cages start around at like $30 or so, and they come with everything you need. So it gets a parent in the door. It's a cute little cage for a cute little hamster, comes with everything you need, and it makes the hamster seem really cheap and affordable. Then after a couple months go on, maybe the kid does some research or they figure out their hamster needs a bigger cage. So instead of going out and buying a whole new like cheap bin cage and starting over, the parents are going to go back to PetSmart, buy another Tiny Tails cage and just hook them together. Because one of the main things that PetSmart loves to boast about these cages is, well, you can always buy more and connect them to make a big fun habitat. So while that's not going to benefit the hamster, it will benefit PetSmart because you're going to be going back time after time to buy more cages until you think you have enough. So from a business perspective, I can't blame PetSmart. The only issue I have is, yes, you're a business and you're trying to make money, but these are still living animals. Like if you want to do a little shady practices for profit, cool, go for it. But when you're dealing with live animals, it's just like a little moral thing. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't feel like making a ton of money off of something that deep down you know you can't say it's the right thing when it comes to an animal. You know, not my cup of tea, but PetSmart's doing them, so whatever. But this video is already getting too long and I can just see the comments coming in telling me to shut up. So I'm gonna take you guys off the tripod real quick, show you a little bit about the box, show you some of these selling points of why little kids are going to want their parents to buy it, and then after that we will jump in and actually look at the cage itself. Alright, so for this section of the video, I am going handheld, so I'm sorry. Steve is already here checking it out. So I just want to start off with the size of this thing. Just for a little size model, this is my dog Ellie. She's a Shih Tzu, she's about 10 pounds. And as you can see, the box is massive. So when a little kid or a parent sees this sitting on the shelf, when it's like probably 3 to 4 times the size of another hamster cage box, they're probably gonna think this is a decent sized cage, especially when you come down here to the measurements. So this cage, it says, is 37 inches by 15.8 inches by 35.4 inches high. So if you just take those measurements for face value, that seems like an amazing cage. 37 by 16, that's like a 590 square inch cage, which in my opinion is a great size to go for any type of hamster. But the thing is, that 37 inches by 15.8 inches, that is from the very tip of the tail you see right there to the very front of this part. So overall, yes, it is going to be about 3 feet long, which would be amazing if it was solid floor space. But as you can see, little spindly dinosaur legs and an about 2 foot tall tunnel of a neck doesn't provide your hamster with any floor space at all. So basically, it's like giving your hamster a shoebox and attaching a paper towel tube to it, and you would have the same amount of floor space. So moving on to the box a little bit, once again, the box is really cute, the box is really bright. You can definitely see they're going for the younger crowd here. Steve just thinks this whole time I'm trying to pet him. But yeah, it's cute. The cartoons are adorable. They know what they're doing. They're definitely trying to pull in the younger kids. Have a little kid throw a tantrum in PetSmart for something this cute, and come on, if I was a parent, I might fall for it. Also, this little hamster down here is really cute. It tells you how much spacious living your hamster is going to have because the cage is almost 3 feet tall. And then, like I was saying earlier, it tells you down here it's connectable, so if you go home, find out that your $130 cage isn't quite big enough, you can come back and spend $50 more to attach it to a castle, which it still won't be big enough, but you can come back over and over again, spend more money, and attach more cages. Also, it comes with your food dish, your water bottle, your exercise wheel, basically everything a parent might think you would need for a hamster. Okay, so over on the side of the box, I'll try to speed this up a little bit. Once again, it's trying to tell you everywhere just how gigantosaurus this cage is, and then it goes into a little more detail of what's actually inside the cage, along with the exercise wheel and water bottle. There's also a care guide included, which is super cool because I still do get a lot of comments telling me I know nothing about hamsters, so maybe that will help me out. But it looks like down here the feet have different levels. These are the dynamite hides out for nesting. You have your super spiral staircase for climbing, and then a heads up lookout. If I know a hamster, they're going to completely fill this with bedding and food and poop, and that's not going to be a super spiral staircase for too long. But over here you have the wheel and the food dish and the water bottle in the middle. As you can see, there's basically no floor space in here. It's just a couple little tracks, and then back here there is a ramp. The ramp leads down to the tail, and on the back of the cage you can see, if Steve would move, that you can connect the tail into, once again, like I said, a castle. When you find out that's not big enough, you can go back and buy a race car in a barn, and before you know it, you can have $300 or $400 cage that's still not quite big enough. After you do that, I would suggest heading to Target, buying a $15 storage bin, and saving yourself some money and making your hamster a whole lot happier. So now that we've taken a look around the box, talked about it a little bit, it's time to finally open this thing up and take a look at the cage. Welcome back to all of you who skipped forward to this part so I would finally shut up and show you the cage. We're getting there. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Once again, Steve is right beside me helping like always. So the first thing I see in here are some activity stickers. Once again, PetSmart knows what they're doing. These are marketed for very young children. It is more of a toy than a thing that a living animal needs to live in. So stickers for your toy. Next, let's see if there's anything suitable in here. Let's see, what is this? So this just shows you all of the different cages you can buy. So once again, when you come home, realize maybe a 3 foot tall dinosaur isn't the best place to store a animal. You can go back to the store, spend some more money, and get them a cool rocket ship or a castle. And now we finally get to the dinosaur itself. So here is the tail. I'm gonna go ahead and take all the pieces out first, and then I'll move the camera and we'll put it together. Here is the head. This is such a weird concept, like unboxing a cage. Here's the tail, here's the head. I don't know what my life is anymore. Honestly, this is really cute. I have to give PetSmart props. It's an adorable cage. If it was just a toy, I would be all over it because it's adorable. So it is really cute, but so here is the neck. Yes, it has a spiral staircase. So here is the neck. Let me take out all this cardboard. Honestly, the best part of this cage is probably all the cardboard it comes with that you can give your hamster. It's like a little jungle gym. So there are a lot of pieces in here that I do not want to put together. So we will leave the big body piece for last. So we have a leg. I do have to say these pieces are a little bit larger than I was expecting them to be. We have another leg. Still, it doesn't provide your hamster with any open floor space or deep areas to burrow like they need to, but they are a lot bigger than just like your standard tunnel. So I guess that's a plus. I don't know. Let's not be negative all the time. Here is the last leg, and then the very last piece in here is the body. So this is the main area of the cage, which is probably around the same size as like a standard critter trail, but instead of being square, it is just round, so that really cuts in to the floor space area. So I'm gonna move the camera once again, take everything out of the bag, and I will put this together and we'll take our final closer look. Okay, so here are all the pieces laid out. I didn't read the instructions because I'm an awful human, and I'm also not is it a paleontologist? I also don't know my dinosaurs, but I laid everything out where I think it should go. It looks like everything snaps together pretty easy, hopefully, because I know that a lot of these plastic cages do tend to break very easily, so hopefully these all snap together pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide the legs in first, and it looks like there's just a clip right here. Maybe I should read the instructions. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves though. All right, I really don't want to break this, so let me pull out the instructions and see if they're even helpful. So let's see. The first step is install the front leg. I'm doing the back leg. The body of the dinosaur by sliding the leg over the post until the top clip on the leg snaps into the receiving slot. So it says I shouldn't have to do anything. They should just pop in. So one thing I just noticed on the back of this, which I find pretty funny, is on advice for use. The very first line in this is always select the appropriate size and type of home for your specific pet. And the very last line, this is not a toy, which is very disheartening because if this was a toy, this video would be completely different because I think it's adorable. I think it is super cute. If I was 4 years old, I would be begging my mom for this. I'm 29 years old. I still might beg my mom for this if it was a toy. But according to PetSmart, unfortunately, this is not a toy. This is a home for a living animal. And the last thing I want to mention about this sheet is the care instructions. If a parent is watching this and you're thinking about getting this cage or any other like simple little plastic cage like this for your kids, just remember, if you're getting this for a young kid, it is your responsibility, and more than likely you're going to be the one cleaning this. And as I have owned many hamsters over the years, I can guarantee you you're not gonna clean this more than once before you try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace for $20 just so you don't have to look at it again, because trying to tear this thing apart for a thorough clean is going to rip your family apart. There is no way to get this thoroughly clean. Like I said, I guarantee hamsters are going to climb up in this neck. They're going to put their bedding, their food in here. They're going to pee and poop on all these little ramps, which means you have to take all these pieces apart, which does not look very easy to do. And I'm guessing once you do it a few times, it is going to snap. So you might as well sell it on Facebook for $20 before you break it. So parents, you know you're going to be the one cleaning this. You know you don't want to be the one cleaning this. So please just go save a few dollars and get your kid a bin cage. Let them decorate it with washi tape and stickers. It'll be super cute. It'll be so much cheaper, and most importantly, it will be safe and suitable for your hamster. But once again, I'm rambling. All these comments are going to be telling me to stop talking. So let's try to get these feet in here. Now that I know it says you don't have to actually do anything and they should just snap into place, I'll apply a little more pressure. All right, that's in. Look at me go. All I had to do was read the instructions. This one still does not want to go in, and I really don't want to crack this $130 piece of plastic.
2 hours later.
All right, we're gonna save that leg for last because I don't like it. So I'm gonna move on to the other front leg, see if I have any more luck with this one. Maybe. Also, when you need to clean this, you're gonna have to take these legs off every time you clean, and with a cage this small, you are gonna have to clean it very frequently, so have fun with that. Ooh, that didn't sound good. Are there any? I don't think it broke. Let's hope it didn't break. All right, you got 2 legs. Oh, you have 3 legs. No, you don't. That one's not in. All right, we'll grab this leg, see if we can get it in here. That one really didn't even snap in. Hopefully it's secure. And now I should not be this sweaty putting together plastic. All right, we're gonna skip that leg for now because I cannot get it connected. It's still standing up, so you get the overall effect. It's not like I'm putting a hamster in here anyway, but yeah, this is what it's looking like. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the neck and the head, and let's see which direction it goes on. Like this? No, we'll just try to pop this. Okay, so that went on pretty easy, which makes me maybe scared that it's not too secure. It looks like the head does open up. Yeah, so you can open up the mouth. Let's see. And now we'll hook. Did I put this on backwards? Yes. This is the butt. I do not want to put the neck on the butt. Okay, let's try this again. All right, so the neck is on. Look at you, 3 feet tall, so much space. And now we'll grab the tail. The one cool thing about this tail is it is bendable. Once again, this is designed really cute. Whoever designed this at PetSmart and Tiny Tails, if you're watching, you should just go into designing toys, because if this was like for action figures and you had like little dinosaurs or something living in here, I'd buy it. I don't have a kid. I'm almost 30 years old, but it would be cute. So here is the dinosaur. I'll move my camera back in a second so you can see it all, but first I'm going to put in the wheel. So when the cage is all put together, you basically only have 2 areas where you can reach your hamster. So if your hamster happens to come in this area, there is a little lid right here, and then like I showed you, you can open up the mouth, but those are the only ways to get into the cage. So if your hamster goes down into a leg and you need to get them out, well, good luck. So here is the wheel. This is a really interesting wheel. I've never seen one designed like this before. It doesn't actually hook onto the side of the cage or anything. There is just a little slot in here with 4 little wheels that it sits down into, which the cage is barely big enough for it to go into. So then it just sits there, and listen to this wonderful noise. Hamsters are nocturnal. They do need their wheel at night no matter how much it bothers you and you can't sleep. So if you're going to have this hamster in a bedroom, this is what you're going to be hearing all night long. And then of course it does come with the food dish and water bottle, so I'll set that in there, and then the water bottle goes right above the buttocks. And here we go. So this is the entire cage. Once again, the one leg isn't connected because I'm just not strong enough for that. We'll do one last push. Yeah, I'm not breaking that. That leg is not connected. So even if I wanted to put a hamster in here, I couldn't securely do it because I am not strong enough to connect this together. So now I will pull you guys back, maybe do a little handheld so you guys can get a little bit of motion sickness going on. And we'll take a final look at the extra large dinosaur cage by Tiny Tails.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
So once again, we have Ellie, our 10-pound Shih Tzu, modeling for us for a size comparison. As you can see, she looks much larger on here. Thank you, Ellie. You did a wonderful job. Your check is in the mail. But Ellie looked much larger on the cage itself than she did on the box, of course. Steve thinks there's an animal in there and he's excited. So that's going to be his afternoon fun, is looking for the non-existent hamster. Aren't we all, Steve? So I think I'm gonna keep this pretty short, which is ironic to say because I feel like this video is probably one of the most rambly, long, too in-depth, weird videos I've ever made. So I'm gonna keep this in part pretty short. But yeah, this is the dinosaur cage. If anyone from PetSmart happens to be watching, I know you guys need to make money. I know you're going to continue to make bright, cute stuff because hamsters are seen as impulse purchases for smaller kids, but why not make something bright and cute that maybe gives your hamster somewhere to run? I do have to say the belly of this is a little bit deeper than I thought, so you could put some bedding down there. That's like not even like a foot of space, so it's still like one little burrow, and they need a lot of floor space so they can run and exercise. This cage is going to be an absolute nightmare to clean. I don't know if you guys could see, but these legs have multiple different levels in them, and once again, your hamster is going to make that a burrow. They're going to bring their bedding down there, they're going to poop, they're going to pee, they're going to have the time of their lives down in that leg for a short period of time, obviously, but then it's going to be your job to open up that leg and try to get everything out. And as you guys could see by this struggle of a leg that's not even connected, it's not super easy to put this thing together. So I feel like after you take apart that leg a few times, pieces are going to snap off. You're slowly going to lose your mind, and you're going to be selling this really quick, and you're going to be out $130 just like I am. So that is it for this video. As you can see, I got very sweaty trying to put this dinosaur together, and I have literally no idea what I'm doing with it, but hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this cage. I know some of you don't like these cage videos because you know the cage is bad, so you don't understand why I even want to spend money to show it off. But the reality is, even though most people watching this know it's awful just by looking at it, we are still a minority. Yes, we do our research, yes, we know this is bad, but the majority of people who are buying hamsters, as much as we don't like it, aren't doing that research. They are going to be an impulse pet. Maybe if they are doing a little bit of research, maybe they'll see this video, think it's really cute, click on it, and then discover maybe it's not the best idea, so they'll do a little bit more research. Like I always say, if this video can stop one hamster from living in this thing, I guess it was worth the $130. I feel like me spending money on it once and supporting PetSmart is a lot better than maybe 10 people going out and buying it, giving them a lot more money and subjecting their hamster to living in here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, even though I am a disgusting, sweaty mess. I know I haven't been posting regularly, so hopefully this was a fun one to come back to, even though it is slightly infuriating. I still like to look at these cages just because it's bizarre what these companies come up with as a suitable living habitat. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, share this on your social media, get the word out there that this might not be the best option. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I promise I will post a video again. No promises on when that will be, but we'll see what PetSmart keeps coming out with. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.